Welcome to this Friday morning. I hope you're having your coffee ready. Okay, perfect. Let's start then. So, welcome today to this Friday morning with Prompt Engineering with Constructor Academy, or how I like to say, working with LLMs. I'm your host, Adriano Persegani. I'm data scientist and generative AI program manager for Constructor Academy. We are going to start our program of mastering generative AI in 2 weeks, the 22nd. So if you want to apply, you still have 1 week. So these are the new dates. You will see more detail at the end. So far, this is our program. So 7 lectures, and we already did 4 on the slides that you will have access later on. You can go check the previous slides if you have missed my previous lectures. You will also have access to the videos. And today we are going to focusing on advanced prompting technique like chaining and conditional prompts. So the last time, just a quick summary of what we did. We used a GPT model to do sales report for us, and we tried also with the function inside GPT, but also we tried to we asked to create a script for us to do the sales report inside directly our Google Sheet, and so that's what we did. So let's jump into today's topic. Are you ready? Go. Okay, so far we saw a classical type of prompting. So we have an input and we have an output. So we saw persona. So we were giving a role to the model, but there are also other ways. So we saw also positive prompting, negative prompting, few shots. There are also there is also one specific way of prompting that is called COT, chain of thoughts. It means that we want our model to go through some step-by-step guide before it it give us our output. Okay, so let's go to more in detail. So, for example, chain of thought for problem solving. I've put you here. Um, I've put you here the paper that was released before, I think it was 2 weeks ago. So it's a new paper that comes out about chain of thoughts prompting and how affect the reasoning in large language model. And so let's see how we can use it for problem solving. So is a step-by-step problem breakdown. We want to help the model to solve it, breaking into smaller, manageable steps. So how we can do that? It's like a Rubik's cube. You need to solve the problem, but you do it one step at a time. So for an example, I want my model to do a sum. And the way I can teach my model to do the sum, I can give an example and tell him to go through some steps, so to some through some chain of thoughts. So I can say start with 5 apple, add 2 more, and count the total as 7. Okay, this is basic. Okay, this I'm guiding the model to do some structural reasoning. And this is something that it really improved the model reasoning. This is something that is a lot used in the industry, and you will have like way better performance adopting this technique. there is another technique that are called conditional prompting. So often before the LLM and the new GPU power technology that we have right now, all the chat models, they were basically a lot of if else, right? Okay, so if the user says this, say the other thing. And so they were like huge script of a line of code um, of if else. But we can use like conditional prompting also in LLMs. So let's see an example for email assistance. Okay. So I can say to the model to adjust the email that is going to send to the user in based on the status or the technical support. So I can say, let's see a scenario. I can say the system generates response for order status. It provides an update, or for technical support, it requests more detail. So I can say we're going to see an example later. I can see exactly. I can say like if the user said this, do that, right? And is very efficient for repetitive tasks. So we'll see that in a second. Okay, so we are going to try it. So I prepared an example. I prepare a prompt that you can copy. You will have access to this one. So this is a big prompt, as you can see. But here I'm using conditional prompting and chain of thoughts. So I am writing. It's important when we want to put a system prompt to our LLM to be clear on what we're writing. So I really suggest you to use the hashes and to identify. They are like markdown. If you don't know what's a markdown, basically here I'm saying this is the title, these are the subtitles here, and then again these are other lower important tasks. So I'm saying so persona act as a sales data analyst GPT, because I'm talking to a GPT model. In this case, it's important to tell them GPT. So for every model, we need to write a different way. We need to prompt in a different way. And you will ask for necessary files, analyze the data, generate forecasts, provide actionable insights based on identified trends, seasonal patterns, and sales forecasts. So, and I'm giving instructions. So, and you see, I have 6 steps. And so let's start with the first one. I'm saying from the user, please update the historical quarterly sales data from the past 5 years. Here I can write something else, of course, but this is I am giving it a step. So in the first step, you should do this, and then I'm saying, let's have some conditional prompting here. If the user provide the file, confirm the file upload. If the file is missing or incomplete, request the correct file with clear instructions. And then COT, chain of thoughts. After loading the data, verify its quality. Ask, there are any specific data cleaning in structure, or should I handle outlier or missing values automatically? Okay, so I'm telling it, go through these different steps. And then the output, clean, verified cells that are ready for analysis. And so on. We'll not go through all the steps, otherwise we'll not have time. But you will be able. I just want to show you. So these are basically. I'm going to the historical sales data here. I'm going to check if there is a seasonal pattern. I'm going to do some forecasting. This is also possible. And I'm going to generate some recommendation and report. And in general, at the end, I want it to summarize and do an action plan. Um, It's important. You remember the last time I told you, it's important what you write, especially at the beginning and at the end of your prompting. That's what the model is going to memorize the most. So here again, I am reminding him that conditional is conditional prompting. So the system will dynamically adapt based on data provided and the outcome for each analysis. So we want a good interaction between the model and the user. And then COT is chain of thoughts. So we want to encourage GPT to explain its reasoning step by step, guiding the user through the logic behind each decision. So it's very important this to remind what it should do for every step. Okay, so let's try it. This time, guys, I will use plus subscription because to do this type of deep analysis, the base model is going to stop me at a certain moment. So you can try it on a base non-paid GPT model, but I tried it and it's going to stop you. So I hope you see my screen here. Yes. Okay. So you see I selected GPT-4o, so which is one of the latest models. Based on GPT-4, and I'm just pasting my prompt here. Okay, let's end it and let's see. You see, tac. First thing is asking me, please upload the historical quarterly data sales. So it's exactly what I asked him, right? And then I can attach a file. So tac. Let's say I created some synthetic data here. Okay, so this is not true data from my company, but um, here you can see I have a quarter for many years from 2019 until 2023. And then I have category, I have different categories. I have A, B, C, D, and F. I put some missing values here because in my prompting, I also in the conditional prompting, I asked the model to do something. If there are missing values, it should do something. So here in my GPT, I want to always see what it's doing with when it analyze when it used Python, but you don't need to. The data has been loaded successfully. Here's a brief overview of the dataset. So it's telling me something, and then is asking me, would you like to handle outliers and missing value automatically, or do you have specific instruction or how you like to address them? Okay, so here you see exactly what it was in my first step. So are there any specific data cleaning instruction, or should I add outliers or missing value automatically? And so automatically here is giving me some choice. Please handle outliers and missing values. So it will do it automatically. Okay, so it's telling me the missing values has been handled by filling them with the mean and respective columns. The data is now clean and ready for analysis. So it decided to do the mean. Okay, so it analyzes it. So I have the total sales, I have the average sales per quarter, and then it now analyzing the specific season pattern. It's showing me some visuals and so on. But this is exactly what I asked him. And then what external factors? So this is asking me for something, right? For external factors, example, marketing changes, competition. Should we consider that might impact this project? Additionally, how does this forecast align with your expectation? Let's see what was my prompting. So. So if in the third step, if specific quarter consistently perform better, label them as peak system. If no, clear seasonal pattern is found, suggest further review. And then ask the user, could specific events or holidays explain these peak periods? How do you align them with your business cycles? So it's not, so sorry. The one he's asking me is this thing is from the step two. So is exactly asking me what I prompted. So could there have been any significant events during these fluctuations? That's exactly what he's asking me. So and so on. So this type of prompting, you can use it to create your own GPT, or like if in your work you're a content creator, let's say, or you are an analyst, you can create your own GPT for to help you in these tasks. So in the next lecture, we'll going through a personal how to create a personal assistant for you, so that you will be able to use all these techniques. Okay, so that was it for today. Remember that you can use this code Genai 25% to have 20% off the next generative AI course starting the 22nd of October. Okay, so we are open for questions right now. So you can raise your hands if you want to ask some questions to me. You can scan this code here to see the slides and go through all the links. And here there will be networking session. So if you want to speak with the other attendees, if you want to speak with us, with the team, and to see how Constructor Academy is structured and what type of course we're providing. So yeah, we can finish our coffee while we wait for questions. I hope everything was clear for today. Okay. Okay, perfect, guys. So I wish you a very nice Friday, a very nice weekend, and I hope to see you on our next prompting engineering session and in our generative AI course. Have a nice day.